Packers, Saints. This is going to be a fun one to close off the night. The Seahawks open up at the Saints open up at -4, and that quickly went to -3. So that's -3 across the board, and juiced -3 as well. Juiced, so it just got there. I'll see when it got there exactly, but obviously this line has just been up recently. This total opened up at 51 and is climbing. We see 51.5, and the first 52 has graced the board. First 52 has graced the board. Michael Thomas was sorely missed in the Monday Nighter. Linebacker Chase Hansen, defensive end Marcus Davenport, are both questionable. Brees goes 26 for 38 for 312 yards. And explains that he doesn't need to put up yards anymore, and that's not his job, and that's a sign of a noodle arm. Kamara ran 13 times for 79 yards, caught 9 passes for 95 yards. He looks spectacular. And for the Packers fans, it sounds like Devontae Adams' groin injury is not bad. LaFleur held him out for precautionary reasons. Jones rushed for a career-high 168 yards. Team-high 68 yards receiving on 4 catches, likely because Devontae was on the sidelines. Rodgers goes 18 for 30 for 240 yards. Packers, Saints, Bebsy. What do you think?
Do we know what's the story on Michael Thomas here?
We're not going to know really till Thursday. So it's just guessing at this point.
I don't know. See, I was dead wrong. I really thought Sanders was going to go off without Michael Thomas, but he was only targeted 3 times, 0 catches. And I think a lot of that has to do with he's a deep route guy. He's a savvy route runner, and he can run the intermediate routes, but Brees just can't hit him. And, again, I said this before the season started. Drew Brees is the biggest question mark with that football team. Much like Rivers was, these guys, they can't play forever. And as great as they were in their prime, it's been a couple years now where Brees looks like he's putting everything into the throw. He threw up a bunch of ducks. He underthrew a lot of guys. The way Aaron Rodgers is playing right now, and the way the Pack is playing, and the way Brees looks, I can't bet on Brees. I have to like the Packers here. They're rolling, especially if Devontae Adams' injury isn't a concern. Aaron Jones is rolling. I honestly don't think it matters. Like, Aaron Rodgers right now is mad about that draft pick and showing that he's an absolute stud still. Hates the Jordan Love pick. I'm on the Pack on this one. I don't believe in Brees at all right now, but I do believe in Aaron Rodgers. And man, I think this is a good play. I'm actually surprised that it opened at 4. I'm surprised I think it gets bet down further, to be honest with you. So I'm on the Pack here.
Well, there still are 3.5s available at some of these licensed books. There's a 3.5 available at DraftKings at -114. There's a 3.5 available at BetMGM at -110. The 3.5 available at Fox Bet's the most juiced at -118. Would you like to lock in this plus 3.5 at BetMGM at -110?
I am going to lock in at -3.5.
Plus 3.5. Plus
3.5, sorry.
-110 at BetMGM.
And look, I'm going to bet against the Saints until Brees shows me he can throw. Yeah, man, his arm's a noodle now. He's just that way they can just keep it tight. They don't have to worry about the deep ball. And again, I said this before week 1. The only way they're going deep is if Taysom Hill comes in. But look, Sean Payton is hard to bet against, but Drew Brees right now is not.
Plus 3.5. If I want the 3.5, it's going to cost me -125. I bet 365. They've moved to 3. And Dennis Garcia says, I'm betting against NOLA every time they are the favorite. Okay. Yeah, well, let me ask you this, Bebsy. Sure, the Saints look bad last night, but against the Buccaneers at home, they looked very strong. Was that the
Because I-
Buccaneers working out their kinks, or was that the Saints being a very tough team at home?
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's more to do with the Bucs just not being that great. I think, I told you I'm not that high on Tampa Bay yet. Week 1 at home. I think saying like there's some people saying, "Oh, Breeze just looked bad in one game. If they would have won the game, nobody'd be saying that." I've been saying this for a couple years about Breeze, and it looks like now he's even worse. Just look at every throw. He puts his whole body into it. It doesn't go anywhere. That pick at the end of the half was terrible, and that was the change. That was the turning point in that game. Was the last couple of minutes of the first half. Yeah, Breeze was average against the Bucs. Breeze against the Bucs really relied a lot on Kamara looking phenomenal. Kamara is what keeps the ball moving for them. Breeze hasn't looked great for a while. It's been years since Drew Brees has been great. He's been hidden. His faults have been hidden in that offense with the weapons around him, the ability to bring in Taysom Hill there and there, and Sean Payton is a play caller. But I love the way the pack is playing right now, and I do not trust Breeze. I think this is a real good play right now, and I think it keeps going down.
The Pack have played the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions so far this year.
Yeah, but it's more to me about what Aaron Rodgers has looked like in those games. He has looked phenomenal. And, I wasn't high on the Pack earlier in the year, and they didn't just beat those teams. They made them look silly at times.
Vikings put up 32 points.
Yeah, late game points.
Very interesting. No move for me at this point, but I understand why you're making the move. And
maybe Drew Brees' team kind of hates him right now.
Very interesting. Dennis Garcia says all garbage points in that first spot against Mini. Birdie says back-to-back 100-yard penalty games for the Saints. All righty, there is the Sunday nighter, Packers Saints.